Are they gone? I think they're gone. All right, we think we're good here. Everybody on YouTube, it's your boy, the Memphis Accelerate, back at you with the 100 days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day, for 100 days, we're dueling with a different deck every single day. Today, everybody, we have an interesting sort of challenge here today. I was asked, indeed, to build a deck based around everyone's favorite giant rock from space, that being good old Nibiru. We have a deck that is at least attempting to make some use out of Nibiru to just, you know, have him in the hand. My opponent summons a bunch of monsters, wipe them all out. That's the idea of this deck. And combined with the other Primal being monster, they're not quite an archetype yet, but they go hand in hand with each other. We're gonna good old Nibiru, good old Theia, and combine that with an older deck that I made a long time ago. I really was trying to think of what to make around Nibiru. Then it thought to me, you know what, let's go with some elder entities and stuff. It's not quite pure entities and all that stuff, but we do have the ability to summon out good old Aster, good old Chathuga, and even make some use out of Ntis. So let's call it the Nibiru meets the Outer Gods deck, and we're going to be having ourselves a good old time today, having ourselves go second, Nibiru people, and then just kind of go from there. It's a very casual deck, but it can surprise you. So we got ourselves our deck, thanks to a new person who's asking for decks now, which is Mr. 7880, who wanted us to take a look at a challenge based around Nibiru. So thanks to him for suggesting today's deck. So let's go ahead into good old Ep24. We're going to show off this deck, show off the wombos and the combos, the what do's and the what not do's. Have ourselves a good old time. Don't forget to smack that like button or consider subscribing if you haven't already. And let's get this show on the road. Alright, everybody, our first opponent of the day in another card game. It feels good to be back in the saddle. So let's go ahead and go second. That's kind of the name of today's deck, considering that's kind of how Nibiru works, if you didn't know. It's all about that whole, you know, your opponent go ahead, summon a whole bunch of monsters, tributize them all. As for our hand, nothing wrong with it. I mean, I've got both of the primal beings, so I can't complain. So we'll ditch Gaga Gardener for now. If you're wondering, we need a rank 4 engine, essentially. If we're going to be doing anything with searching Nibiru, it's not the easiest thing in the world to search. There's things like Small World, but that's like complicated. I don't want to do no Small World, but things like Gallant Granite really help. So what is my opponent's playing? Galaxy Photons. Okay. I mean, that's prime targets for Nibiru. I have my double Imperm, so I can work with this. I could work with that. All right. Galaxies, indeed. One good thing about this is that the Galaxy boys are all big. I want my opponent's monsters to be big, because the more attack that they have, the bigger the Nibiru token will be. You know? That's kind of what we're going to have to do. We're just give them a big old Nibiru token after we tributize all their stuff. So let's see. That was, what, 3 summons? Yeah, that was like 3 summons. What is this doing? This will get you a Photon or Galaxy card from your deck to your hand. Alright. This is the tricky thing about Nibiru, like, as an archetypal, like, deck concept. You kind of have to let your opponent do stuff in order for Nibiru to work at all. You know, that's the one tricky thing about him, is I can't really interrupt too much here. A little bit here and there. That's what the imperms are here for. But I can't negate this to everything. That would be not working at all. All right, so Galaxy Eyes, a Photon Dragon, good old orbital Photon orbital, not orbital Hydrolander. That's from old Highlander week now. No, he's still going, and he's gonna add another monster from the deck to the hand. He's already gotten out Vanisher, so who is he going for this time is a bit of a question. Gonna get Advancer. Ah, of course. Okay. It's just gonna be a trick of when do we hit him We can hit him at any time. He just doesn't know it yet. He don't know it yet, but he's in a bit of trouble. Let's see. Of course. See, he's smart. He thinks that I have Impirm, which I do have Impirm, but he doesn't know about the Nibiru. That's the important bit. All right, so now he does get to look at my extra deck. I do have some number monsters, which you could steal one, but other than that, it doesn't really matter. My extra deck is literally just there for show. The only things I care about are my synchro monsters. They're the only ones that matter to me. Yeah, the other one. Let me double check something, actually. Yeah, Cthulhu's only rank 4s. I really wish that the Entity archetype would get, like, some more support for themselves. Considering that, like, they get next to nothing. That's just me. I do wish that they got something. Anyway, let's go ahead and Nibiru now. I think now is a good time. So I will get to this big spiffy monster, and they get an ungodly sized token. And that's the idea here. So I'll wait until my turn to show this next bit off. We're going to summon out Theia, the primal being. You summon it by tributing monsters whose level equal 11 or more, which originally I was really hoping to use it like a layer of darkness for this, but doesn't work quite like that. But I can summon out Theia and destroy a monster with the highest attack on the board because she happens to be all by herself. And now, neither player can summon more than 4 times per turn, so long as Theia be on the board, which is really good against a deck like this. It's all about summoning just like all day, all night. So let's set everything out the wazoo, and basically this is going to be today. Like, that is the whole concept of Nibiru. There's nothing really else I can say about it. That's what Nibiru does. So the rest of the day, from here on out, win or lose, all our plan is going to be is to try and summon like everything else in the deck. Like if I could summon out Haster and Cthulhu, make use of Intis, that sort of thing, because they're all part of the entities themselves. I'd like to see them on the board. It'd be really funny if we went up against like Ryziel. It'd be really fun if we went up against Ryziel and sent him out Cthulhu. Because if y'all don't know this guy, he's got a really weird effect where he can bounce rank 4 exceeds on the board. It's really cool. It's a really silly effect. Alright. You've summoned out 2 monsters, indeed. Indeed you did. Thankfully, I run Dogmatic Punishment, because I'm not a silly person. Alright, well at least Intis gets to do what she do. And my opponent will rip another card from my extra deck. Which one is a trick? You're gonna summon out one of the numbers. Do you have Utopia Lightning? No. Oh, you got rid of my other Intis. Okay, that works too. That's fine. Works for me. But yeah, that's what our deck is about. We are a counter, what do you call it? Counter combo deck, essentially, with some very silly, fluffy tech cards. So let's go over duel number 2. Show more what the deck can do. We showed off the whole premise of the deck in the first one. Let's just see what other crazy things we can get up to. Who else can we match up well against? We'll see. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. And this time, where we go? We'll go second again? Well, that's fine, but I didn't draw the cards I needed, but that's okay. I have other things. I got stuff. I got things. Well, actually, this is a terrible opponent for us. That is a bad opponent for us, because the thing about Subterrors, they don't swarm a lot. That's not really their shtick. That's really not their cup of tea, as you might say. Alright. Well, I suppose I can look at the very dapper sleeves we have today. I just went with good old-fashioned, like, Nibiru. Little top hat, mustache, monocle combo. I think it looks cool. I kind of like how that one bit of crystal in Nibiru looks like his other actual eye. So, there you go. We could have dropped that down a bit, but it don't matter. It's all good. Let's see here. Let us see what we might bring about. Let's see. I could change a heart. Yeah, I think so. Let's change a heart and attempt to steal this and see what happens. He'll probably try to flip this face down with something or use Fiendus up. That works too. That also works. You know, one less Fiendus is always a good thing. Alright, so that being the operative thing, let's see. Doth I go for Nibiru? That is the question. Let's see. I shall summon forth my Utopic Onomatopoeia. It's one of my most powerful combo cards. So it lets me summon out all the Gaga Gods and Goo Goo Goos I'd like to summon. So I shall summon out my big old Dwarf Glove. And we'll summon forth, well, I could summon Nyarla. That would be neat. Do I want to do that, though? Well, you know what? You know what? I will. I could search Nibiru, but I can also summon out in the Nyarla Totep, the weirdest exceeds monster of them all. Looks like a Magic the Gathering card, but there he is. So this guy can, what was it? I can discard cards, increase his rank, which is completely irrelevant in this deck, but it is something he can do. Also, I attack with my monster to take all of the damage, which is the most transparent use of AA Zeus in the world. But that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so Guru is gonna search him out. Strix, as you do. Indeed, indeed, indeed. And I'll summon out Giant Robot Man. And we'll see if Giant Robot Man actually wins this part or not. I don't know. I really just wanted to summon Nyarla, okay? That's the only thing I cared about. What is this? Okay, you're gonna... Something's going on. He's gonna get something. Okay, he gets... Oh, he's playing Shadows. Ugh. Me no likey. Me no likey that thing. Alright. Well, such is life, but I got rid of the board. Nyarla did it! Nyarla got rid of a board! It was all thanks to our favorite slug man. Nyarla. He literally has no purpose in this game whatsoever other than Zeus. It's so sad. He used to, the whole premise of him was to bring out like Azathoth back in the day. But then of course rank up magics and freaking Phantom Knights and Raid Raptors, and then they had to abuse it. Now Azathoth banned. Despite the fact that Kali Yuga is completely legal, even though he's like even worse. So Yu-Gi-Oh! What can I say? What can I say? Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a weird game sometimes. Alright, so this is going to flip your monster. This bounces stuff to... You know, actually, bouncing Zeus is a good thing. Why would you give me this back? I can literally get another one. Because I'm not... This isn't game yet. It's getting there, but it ain't game yet. So we'll see where this goes. The tricky thing is going to be that the Terra Tray... I can obviously out that to a degree, but not the easiest of degrees. We shall see. We shall see indeed. And yeah, Terra Tray will summon out. I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's gonna be Pot of Forbidden or another Guru. That makes even more sense. I always like summoning Pot of Forbidden with this. And there's my Mound of the Bound, which would be really nice if I had Nibiru right now. But we're going to summon out Red Resonator. Contrary to what you might be thinking, we will not be summoning Red Dragon Archfiend in this deck, although theoretically I could have if I had gone that route, but that's not the point. The point at this point of the duel is to summon out silly things. Let's see, how much attack? He's a bit too strong, isn't he? Blah, 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 blah. Yes. We shall summon forth everyone's favorite Cthulhu boy that's, like, not from the original mythos and stuff. We gotta summon out After, the King in Yellow. Aha. Reptile Man, a go-go. And let's go ahead and... I just want to do damage. I don't think I'm going to be winning this one, but I want to do damage. I already blew up one board. I'm destroying this dragon, too. Alright, you're gonna flip me face down, you say. You know what? No. I want to do damage. I will do damage and you're not gonna stop me. No stopping my damage for you. I will destroy this dragon. Very cool. And unfortunately, that's all I can do. Regrettably. I mean, Haster does have his own effect to him. It's a bit slow to work, but effectively, when he leaves the board for whatever reason, he latches onto somebody, and they can't use their effects, they can't attack. But if he leaves when he's equipped, then you can steal that monster. It's kind of the idea of my original entity deck, was just stealing stuff, because Hastur's like the only member of the entity's archetype that, you know, has an agreeable effect. It's kind of a weird thing, but that's what he do. But yeah, let's go ahead. Hastur, latch onto Guru. Pachumba. Yeah, can't attack now, can you? Go ahead. Flip yourself face down. It'll free you from Hastur, you know. Come on. I won't see you do it. I want to see it. I'm just trolling at this point, because my deck is not built for decks that are as slow as this one. Nibiru is a card for countering fast decks. Now, clearly this is fast for, you know, going for Subterrors, and I mean, you got Shadows and freaking Prediction Princesses and all that good stuff. But they're not fielding 5+ monsters a turn, clearly. So I'm not really built for it, but I was just really hoping they'd flip this face down. That would have been really cool. Let's see. Oh no, the one weakness of Hastur. Linking off the monster, because then it doesn't equip to anything. Oh well, okay, so what do you have? This Subterror Behemoth. This will summon another flip monster. Can we top deck Nibiru and hope that he tries to style on us? That could work. That could work indeed. It is possible. It is possible, if even a little unlikely. Alright, that's not what I was looking for. Alright, 18, 11. I don't have enough. I don't have enough life points to go out on my own. No, yeah. Oh wait, hold on. I can do this. I think no. I don't have enough. I don't have enough points left. There's not. If this was just a little bit bigger, I could. Wait a minute. This has another effect. Ah, that's right. I can revive a monster. I forgot I could do that. Okay. I mean, you're gonna. Oh, you're gonna flip up Irma. Okay, that makes even more sense. Okay. Still summon out Irma Strix, but you know what? You foolish person. No. Don't banish Glove. Banish him. I wanted to go in on my own terms. Oh well, that's what happens sometimes. But yeah, there's really no point in it. But yeah, I'd say we've lost this second duel, regrettably. But we had ourselves a fun time with it. I mean, I summoned Nyarla Photon. You never get to summon Nyarla in this game. You know, there's very little reason to do so. But you know what? We summoned Nyarla, and Nyarla was cool. Nyarla did some stuff. And we got to summon out Hastur too. So we got time for one more duel today. We'll try to summon out Cthulhu. You know, maybe again maybe we'll see Ryziels. That would be hilarious. Alrighty, everybody, it's time for the third opponent, the fighting third. We go in. Well, we'll go first, which isn't ideal or anything, but we'll see. Oh, of course. Okay, yeah. Of course. So hold on. Zubaga, blah 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 blah. I gotta double check mine effects. Yeah, we're summoning out a Dodo Dwarf Glove. Lord, I'm not getting a tongue twister like pronouncing these things' names. But we're gonna go for these two, because they'll allow me to exceed summon. Because we need our boy, the Gallant Garanit. We'll put him in attack mode. Because if you put him in defense, your opponent's gonna more likely, you know, imperm this. Imperm? Imperm. Because if they say it's in defense mode, they'll be like, oh, he has nothing else to play. But now they know I have a big old rock. I mean, a big old rock. Might even be a space in the block. You don't know till he shows up to the board. Alright, so what is my opponent playing? Okay, you don't care about the extra deck. Interesting. 60 card and you don't care about the extra deck. This is probably some kind of troll deck or something. 100% it's a troll deck of some form. 99.999% sure it's a troll deck of some variety. Let's see. If you take damage, draw more cards. Interesting choices. Fascinating. All right, let's summon out Red Resonator. Listen, my opponent's got some funky stuff he's going to do. I respect it. Truly, I do. But I also don't care. It's a thing. I don't really care, because I'm going to summon out the last member of the entities. Come out, Mani Cthulhu. And I could bounce my Granite if I really wanted to, but I won't do that. I could, though. It is in my power to do so. But that is basically what Cthulhu does. It's a thing about like the mythos or something that because this isn't Cthulhu, this is Cthulhu, which is like some weird fireball thing from the. I don't remember that part of the mythos personally. I have read a lot of like Lovecraft stuff back in the past, but yeah, this guy's not Cthulhu. He basically is like the thing that Nyarlathotep is scared of or something. So if y'all were curious, oh my lord, oh, I can actually hard make in Tis. Okay, we had to battle first. We'll battle first, and then we'll do that because we have to do it. No one ever does that with her. It has to be done. Also, I have a stinking suspicion this is an Exodia deck. Although, for the life of me, why it is a 60-card variant with all this stuff, I'm not certain. But we'll find out. Oh, this could be Exodia. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. But you know what else it is? Oh yeah, I could make Zeus, but that's irrelevant at this point. No, a real man goes for Intis. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't go into, like, Nyarla, because Cthulhu does have an effect where, if he does go as material, he does draw you a card. Which is very weird. Again, it's all part of an old strategy that Elder Entities had back in the day when Norden was legal to play, which, unfortunately, it never will be again, because of modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Being what it is. No! My back row. I needed that for things. Okay, what is my opponent actually playing? I knew it. It is Gren Maju. I had a feeling. It was the Gren Maju. To some extent. Alright. You're gonna gain a buttload of life points. That is true. Like, a lot of life points. All your life points. All my hard work. No. Okay. Succumbing Song Morganite. Soul release? You monster, you would banish my precious cards? I assume they're gonna banish my cards. I don't know why you only banished one of mine, but okay. You'd think they just banish all of mine, but whatever. Does it even matter at that point? Oh, because you get more life points, of course. Alright. So this is gonna become ungodly huge. 2,900 points of big boy energy. And unfortunately, my entity Natis's effect will no longer apply. Because he's been banished because of this thing. Well, that is an unfortunate state of affairs. I'm not quite dead yet by any means, but I think my opponent has too much troll to be outing too easily. Don't I still have Dodo Glove in the graveyard? Oh, I do. Okay. I'll summon out Zuba. I'll summon this guy. Revive the gloves. The gloves are coming off, people. Time to summon out my gloves. Gloves. Alright, where's your counter? I'm certain they have something. Oh, we can summon Nyarla again. I could do that. Nah, I think the better option is maybe like go for Utopia. Punch this thing in the face. Go for double A's. I know it's like it's kind of a scummy way to get over a board. But like, what else do you do? Alright, so where's your counter? I know you have something. There it is. Curses, Mirror Force! Why? Who plays Mirror Force anymore? Apparently this guy does. I mean, it makes perfect sense. It does make perfect sense. Because they want the cards to go to the graveyard, so Storm and Mirror Force just doesn't work as well. But unfortunately, that's going to be another loss. Ugh. Do I risk it all for a third duel? That's the question. I mean, I've been having a good old time despite my losses and stuff. Because it's a casual deck. I've summoned every entity. I hard made in Tits for crying out loud. I can't not be happy with today. It's just, I don't think I should risk going 3-1. That would not look good for my return. Even though 1 and 2 still doesn't look good, but you know what I mean. Let's see what we draw into. We'll see what we draw into. We still have a turn. We still have a chance. What do we draw? Well, at least Nibiru's here to say hi. I'm glad that Nibiru is here to say hi. All right. Well, unfortunate that this is going to be a very... it's okay. You know what? The first duel, so that was perfection of what Nibiru wants. The second duel was just us getting to have ourselves a good fun time. The third duel, unfortunately, we got trolled, which happens sometimes. So let's go ahead for the end screen. We'll talk more about this deck here. Alrighty, everybody. So Nibiru, the being from the outer space, sadly only went 1 and 2 today. It's not quite what I'd like to see. It's, you know, we've been doing really good with getting 2 1s and 3 and 0s in the series, but you know what? It's day, what, 24? And we haven't had a day like this since like day 3. So you know what? I'm happy with it. You know, it's a very casual-minded deck. I was trying to do something different. You know, I could have just summoned out Nibiru all day, played a bunch of troll cards too, but we got Troll Week in a couple weeks. We'll be plenty of trolls then. We don't need to do that right this moment, but we got to show off the Nibiru. We got ourselves out of a fail. We did the whole thing. Technically speaking, today it's just a resounding success, because normally with decks like this that are specific about like card summon that out, sometimes we get it all the time, sometimes we don't get it at all. But we did literally everything that Nibiru does. We tributed everything, we summoned out Theia, popped things, attacked our opponent. So I'm happy with it. Now, we didn't get to show off like every little thing in the deck. There are some little funky card tactics we have in this deck. We did have that one big fusion, which rarely can we summon, but it's a hell of a fun time when we do. But that's okay. We got to summon out the Nibiru. We got to summon out, you know, the Theia. We summon out all the entity monsters in one way or another. So, despite everything, I'm happy. You know, despite our losses, I call it a win today. So, I hope everybody enjoyed today's episode. If you did, don't forget to smack the like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I know y'all expected wins and I didn't win, but please, it's all about having a good time sometimes, man. It doesn't have to be about winning. It has to be about winning in your heart. That's even better, you know? But yes, that was today. I still gotta build day 25. But I do remember we're gonna be building a deck around this dude. Number 43, the Manipulator of Souls. So we're gonna be putting lots of dark... I built a deck similar to this like last season. It was actually donated, if I remember correctly. So I can basically take that, focus exclusively on this dude. But basically we're gonna be subbing out this dude and making giant tokens and hitting our opponents really hard with like puppets. It's like playing gimmick puppets, but it's actually fun. So that's going to be tomorrow for our big 1/4 of the way special. Hope you guys enjoyed today. Here is the deck list for all of you who are curious as to what we were playing today. So for our main deck, we played 3 of the titular Nibiru because he's the whole point of the deck. I put 2 Theia, the primal being. She's searchable enough. Or he, she, what I call it a she, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can't tell the gender on this thing. It's an alien. Come on. But yeah, we have Theia here at 2. It's the thing that you combo with the Nibiru in order to tribute the token off, so your opponent doesn't have a 10,000 point token, and she pops the thing, so that's pretty good. For our rank 4s today, I decided to go old school on it. I went with like the Zubabas and the Gagagas and the Dododos, all those good things. We have 2 Gagaga coats, 2 Gardenas, 2 Onomatopoeias, 2 Gogaga gloves. This is a very silly tech card. 2 for 1 team. Which, if you don't know, makes both players reveal a card, and if they reveal the same card, different effects apply. So, I'm just saying, you could reveal a monster if your opponent does too. Both players summon that monster. You cheat out Theia turn 1, and you lock your opponent out of, well, not all of their searching and their swarming, but a chunk of it goes in to get rid of this thing. So, there you go. It's a very silly card. 2 Synchro Fusionists, because when sent to the grave by Synchro Material, it does search out Super Poly. So, you know, that's a pretty nice thing. Triple Red Resonator for our main tuner for going into our level 4 synchros with level 7s. No, that's going to be a different day. We have 2 copies of the Deep Sea Diva, which is an alternative sort of tuner monster. Because it summons out materials from the deck. And then we got like the Heavy Infantry. There's not that many level 2 Sea Serpents that would work with this, but this thing exists, so there you go. We run the 1 Change of Heart because this was originally a thief deck. Plus, I could, if I don't have Theia, steal the token. There you go. Just ram into your opponent with that. 2 copies of Onomatopoeia because it searches out every one of our level 4s. We have 3 copies of Resonator Call to get our tuner. Monster born for generic summoning of boys back. 2 super polys for getting rid of my opponent's problematic stuff, or just fusing into my things during my opponent's or during my battle phase, opponent's battle phase, what have you. Things like Snatch Steal, same deal as our Change of Heart. We have Bound to the Battle Creator, which can be used to protect, you know, your primal beings. It doesn't always happen, but it, you know, if I really doubled down on it and focused on summoning these things out like 24/7, maybe indeed. Maybe if there was more support for primal beings in general, this would be a really good way to just protect them. But I went with 2 just as an experiment there. Triple Imperm, because this is a going second deck, and 2 Dogmatic Punishments to make use out of Intis. As to the extra deck, things like Almirage, because you need a link for our Dealmon, and also we have a lot of like low-level and low-tag monsters for that. We have things like SP Little Knight, good old Nyarlathotep, old tip. Let's see. We have things like Gallant Granite, of course, for searching our rocks. We have our Utopia combo with Prime and Lightning. We have Double A Zeus. We have Gold Old Entity Chathuga and Hastor. We have Double Intis, 1 Garura, 1 Starving Venom, and 1 Gorgeous the Triphastic Demon, which I don't remember what it does, but it's cool as hell. As for the side deck, I did briefly consider evil heroes in this deck, seeing as there are a bunch of level 4s, and they can be summoned out and a bunch of other good. There was a couple recent attempts at the evil heroes. It just didn't want to mesh quite right, so I went with other things. So regardless, that was today's episode, everybody. I hope you very much enjoyed it. Until tomorrow, your boy, the Memphis Accelerator, the real one, will be signing out. Until then, everybody else stay safe, stay happy, you have a good one. Take care.